And so hello, everyone. So before we start this session, I really want to do an acknowledgement where Royal Roads University is located. So our campus is located on the traditional lands of the Lekwungen-speaking people, the Songhees and the Squamish First Nation. And it's with gratitude that we live, work, and learn here, with non-Indigenous and Indigenous people come together. This is a place where students, faculty, staff, and visitors come together to build and create a sense of community. So welcome everyone, and thank you for being here. So for today's session, we have myself. My name is Andrea Torres. I'm the student recruitment here at Royal Roads University, and I have Dr. Hassan Wafai, that is going to talk about the DBA program. Hassan, would you like to introduce yourself before?
Yeah, thank you, Andrea. Of course. Hello, everyone. I'm glad that I'm here, and I see some familiar faces here. So it's good to see everyone here. My name is Hassan Wafai. I'm the DBA program head. I'm also a associate professor in the School of Business. My area is operational supply chain management and innovation management. But I'm here today in my capacity as the program head of the Doctor of Business Administration, and I'm excited to talk more about it. Over to you, Andrea.
Thank you, Hassan. And there's a few more people today helping us to facilitate this session. So two of them will be Ian. He's helping us to make sure everybody's welcome, is admitted into the room. So thank you, Ian, for your support. And Tracy Somers, that she's one of our enrollment advisors, and she's going to helping us to navigate some of those specific questions in the chat box, but she will be also available to connect with you by email or requesting a meeting if you want to explore a little more how the DBA will look for you. So thank you, Tracy and Ian, for being with us today. So the agenda for today, we want to get to know each other. So you have a little bit of idea who we are in the room today. But you also want to learn about yourself. So as I said, if you feel comfortable, please share any information about you, maybe your name, last name, where are you located, and any other information that you think would be valuable for us to get to know you. After that, I'm going to talk very briefly about Royal Roads University experience in collaboration with Hassan, that is going to tell us about why a DBA program and answer some of those most common questions in regards to the DBA. As we say, if you have any questions through the webinar, please let us know, and we'll be happy to be navigating those questions as they come. So Hassan, why a DBA?
Why DBA? Thank you very much. Thank you, Andrea. So, Doctor of Business Administration. It's a research-oriented program designed for working professionals, for people who work in the industry, for people who would like to lead a change in the industry. I have few points on the next slide. If you want to move the next slide. Yes, here you go. These are the points I'm talking to. So it's designed for leading professional, for working professional leaders in the industry who would like to lead a change in the industry or field, in your field. Also for those who looking forward to develop original management-related research that advances management research and practice. It's an opportunity for colleagues to reflect on their leadership capacity and to consider alternative worldview and also challenge existing assumptions. I always recommend colleagues to really consider why you want to start Doctor of Business Administration, why you want to do your doctorate, and that is we always will encourage them to have that conversation, and we are here available to engage with them in this conversation. So I could talk more about it. But I will stop here. I know there are other questions. So over to you, Andrea.
Thank you. So before we get into more details why at DBA at Royal Roads, I wanted to talk a little more of who we are as an institution. So you have an idea who we are. So first I wanted to talk about our space. Royal Roads University, we put a lot of thought in creating community. That sense of community can happen in person in our beautiful campus, but also can happen in our online learning community. So we have been very lucky that since 1995, 1996, we have been working in our blended or online model that helps people to facilitate the conversations and connections through our in-person or online learning platforms. For those people that maybe are already registered to the DBA or you are planning to be registering the DBA for 2025, during the residency component, you are going to have the opportunity to explore our campus. Our campus will give you a great opportunity, not only the beauty and the amazing spaces, but we want to make sure that you are using the space through the learning process. So sometimes when ideas are maybe not coming together and you are working with your supervisor and maybe all of you are located on campus, just use the space for those meetings. So there is very, very useful areas where you can connect. Railroads, as I said, we have been doing online learning for many, many years. And we're very proud to create a learning community where people are going to be able to connect, are going to be able to learn, but more than anything, are going to be able to share ideas. So that is who we are in our space. Why Railroads University? We are a public research intensive university. We are focused on working professionals. So you will find that most of the people, or if not all the people in this program, are going to have all that professional and academic experience. A lot of the work that you are going to be doing through your DBA program are tangible, are things that you can apply in the workplace, in your community, or in the project that you are working. So we want to be an applied research institution. And our program is a hybrid design program. And of course, as I said, we want you to be part of our RU community of management researchers. And something I want to add is also about Royal Roads is a change maker university, and why we decide to get that certification. And it's because all the programs and all the work that we do through our programs want to create changes within our organizations and our community. So we are very proud to offer you as a student an interdisciplinary approach in everything that you do. And it is more complex than that. So for that reason, now I'm going to pass to Hassan that is going to walk us through more the academic components of the DBA. So Hassan, what does the program delivered looks like and how long it will take to complete this program?
Thank you very much. So the next slide I always like to use it in my presentations. I think colleagues have seen this slide before. I always describe the journey as a liberating. It's an opportunity for you to challenge your own assumption, to advance as a leader in your area. The journey starts with you doing courses. And, let me put it this way. The journey wouldn't be easy, but it will be rewarding. And as you go in the journey, as the more you start to feel, oh, well, this is a life-changing experience. And I mean it, life-changing experience. The overall program is a 60 credit program. Andrea talked about the hybrid design. The hybrid design, it's the program designed to combine the rigor of conventional PhD. It's not a PhD in that sense, it's a doctorate, but it has the rigor, the research intensive component of a PhD, but the applied and the practice-oriented focus that's required for you to continue working in the industry. It focuses on knowledge production rather than applying knowledge. That is what you had in your master's degree. The program length is 4 to 7 years. What we're going to discuss today, we're going to discuss the shortest possible version of the program, which is 4 years. Please note, 4 years is the shortest possible version of the program. Most of our current students need more than 4 years to complete the program, and that is totally fine. It doesn't mean that those who need 5 years, oh, I'm slow. No, there are so many factors that involve in deciding the length of your own research. Again, this program designed for working professionals who have full-time job, who have family, and they're doing applied interdisciplinary management related. You will be part of a cohort. So it's not a solo journey. Conventional doctoral programs is very much about a solo journey. Here you will be part of a cohort. and actually beyond the cohort, you will be part of a community of researchers. There will be 3 residencies that the residency are on-campus component. And there will be 3 on-campus components of the program. The first one is 2 weeks in the first year. The second residency is 1 week in the second year, and the third one is at the beginning of your 4th. But the rest of the program can be delivered online. So it's we focus on flexibility. Again, we understand that you're working professional, you have a full-time job, and you have a full-time also family person, right? The next slide show you, I think there's a next, yes, here we go. Next slide show you the overall structure of the program. And these are 3 phases. The first phase is 1 year, which is course-based. So what you see on the left side of the screen, the first phase called DBA Foundations. So it's 6 courses. You will have 6 courses. And these courses are designed to help you get started with your research. Courses will be about management theory and practices. It's a refresher. 3 courses about research design, and you will have a 6-month course with to be your supervisor, which is about digging deep into your area of literature. So after you complete your foundation year, then you will start the phase 2 of your study, which is a research preparation year. Again, ideally, I would say ideally, the shortest possible version of this year, of this phase is 1 year. And this year you will do your candidacy exam, you will submit your proposal, and you will have your supervisory committee to work with you through this year or this phase. The third phase, it is conducting research and collecting data and analyzing data and also writing up your dissertation. So as I said, the shortest possible version of the program, 4 years, and the longest possible version of it is 7 years. To note, we had in the past colleagues who were able to complete the program in less than 3 or 4 years. So we had this situation. And we have also a situation where colleagues needed a little bit more than 7 years, and we will work with colleagues on a case-by-case basis. Next slide will show you an example of what we have discussed as a schedule. So these are the 3 phases we discussed, and this is what you could see on our website. So what you see here, the first phase, I'm not sure whether you see my pointer here. The first phase, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. You see year 1, foundation phase. And this is a course base. Under this year 1, you see the courses that you will have in the first year. The red color, it is the residency. It's a 2-week residency in the first year, right? Which is on-campus component. And then once you finish coursework, then you will have phase 2, year 2, research preparation phase. And in this research preparation phase, you will have the candidacy exam and the proposal. You will start your dissertation. And then the phase 3 of the program, which is about collecting, analyzing data, and writing up your dissertation. This is what you will see on our website, and this is for the 2024 cohort that will start in January. Most of you will apply for the 2025 intake or cohort. Andrea, over to you.
Thank you. I just also want to let you know, Hassan, that I gave you the power to move slides. So I'm happy to keep them moving for you, or you can move them. So let me know.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So what I need to meet for my application, because this is a very common question. So when you're applying to Royal Roads to any of our programs, including the DBA, you first need to complete that online application. Once you submit your online application, you need to complete or add these following documents. The first one, they have to be the official transcripts. To be official, they have to come either in a sealed envelope, or they have to be sent at the organization or the institution where you complete your undergrad and your master's degree. If you are unsure how you have done in the past in your undergrad and master program because that took long, maybe it was a long time ago, I highly recommend to get a copy for you and then the official copy that you can send to us. The next document are 3 letters of reference. Hassan, can you tell us a little more what you're expecting to see in those 3 letters of reference?
Yes, thank you. So we do want we would like, and we were looking forward to seeing something around language that speaks to your intellectual curiosity, to your qualities that are required to succeed in the program, in a doctoral program, something like your writing skills, your critical thinking skills, your ability to apply knowledge and to discuss certain complicated situations. And normally, this kind of language we expect it from an academic, right? Academic who worked with you before and they can write about your writing skills, academic writing skills, about your critical thinking skills, about your ability to work with data. So we normally would like to see at least 1 or 2 academic reference and 1 professional reference. I mean, a reference coming from working professional, can be your manager, can be someone that worked with you. But we understand sometimes that you don't have access to some academic or 2 academics work with you during your master degree that completed 20 years ago. We understand that. So in such cases, please write to us, explain that in writing. Try to find a reference that speak to you again, to you, to those quality, intellectual curiosity, writing skills, ability to work with, data, to do research. And again, feel free to connect with us if you find getting academic reference challenging.
Thank you, Hassan. The next document is the program proposal that I know Hassan is going to be covering shortly. And the final document is a structured resume. When we're for structured resume, we're not seeking for those 2 pages that you normally get together when you're applying to a job. This document is going to be key through the assessment of your application. So we want to know about your education. We want you to include all the higher education institutions that you have attended and the specific programs that you have been completing. It can be a certificate, an undergrad, a master, a grad diploma, all the pieces that have created who you are in the academic world. We also want to know about your professional experience. It's very important that you include the company or the organization that you work or you have been working, the time frame of each of those institutions, but more importantly as well, it will be to add the job title and also the responsibilities that you had in each of those roles. A coordinator maybe in a Royal Roads capacity might look slightly different when we are talking about a financial organization. So we really want to know the responsibilities that you've had in each of those, and also if you have any decision-making authority in any of the roles during your career. We want to know about any volunteer experience that you had or any unpaid work that you have completed. Once again, we want to know about the organization, the length, and the work that you were doing within the organization. All the professional membership or affiliations you are part of. So it would be important to know maybe if you are part of the professional association or affiliated with a specific institute. So please share all that information with us. And of course, any other relevant information that you believe would be valuable for us to learn more about who you are, because we assess you as a combination of your academic and your professional life. So with that said, I'm just going to pass over to the next slide. So our next intake, it will be January 6th to 2025, and the application deadline will be October 6, 2024. So we are making sure that you have plenty of time to start gathering all the information that you need to be successful through the application process. And of course, you can complete your application anytime before October the 6th, but on October the 6th is when Hassan and the team is going to start assessing those applicants. So you are more than welcome to complete the application in 2 or 3 months. But just you know, you will get more information about if you have been accepted or not into the program after October the 6th. The documents, it can be submitted either by email or sent directly to a Royal Road. So I'm providing all the information here in our slide, but it's a very intuitive process. Basically, once you start your application, you will get some spaces where you will be able to submit those documents. If you have any challenges through that submission, you can always contact us and we can provide some support through the process. How should I approach my research proposal, Hassan? Let's say if I'm thinking to apply.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Before getting to the research proposal, I just wanted to just emphasize about one point, which is admission requirement. I mean, these admission requirements are very important, but the key requirement beyond the umbrella about this, it is that applicants need to have master's degree, relevant master's degree, and 7 years of experience, 5 of which at management level. And this is why we need this detailed resume, that so we can establish that colleagues have 5 years of management level experience. I mean, once you meet these 2 requirements, then the key for us will be the reference letter. This is where really decide which application is stronger than other, and the competition admission is competitive. Then it goes down to the reference letter and how strong your reference is, and the research proposal. And that is a very important document that help us to determine if we are able to support you and whether your research is a proposed research will be prioritized in the admission process. So now I'm talking about that important document, the research proposal. On our website, you will have clear language around research proposal. The maximum for a research proposal we are requesting is a 5-page proposal. So it's not that we're not expecting like a 30-page proposal, only a 5-page proposal. With that, let me go through the key points what we're expecting to see in the proposal. And then here I'm trying to figure out how I move the slides, but I could not. So I need to ask Andrea to help me with that. Thank you, Andrea. So in doctoral proposal, what we're expecting to see, that we would like to see a researchable problem and possibly a research question with that. That would be certainly a plus. All proposals, which we're expecting to see, should be based on some problem, a problem that is that's relevant to your experience, that is relevant to your career, perhaps, or where you want it to be in the future. Because you will be researching that particular problem in the next 3, 4, or 5 years. So we would like to see a researchable problem and possibly a research question. We would like to see a clear explanation that this problem is a relevant problem. It's still valid. So for that, we would like to see some, I would say, key highlights from the literature. That's mean evidence that you have done some research toward validating the problem that you are proposing in your proposal. I would like to restate here that it is critical for us to see a few highlights from the literature that outline your research problem. So we can say, well, you have a good start to start your doctorate. Now, please note that this is only the initial proposal. You can change that proposal later on once you are in the program. You can tweak it, you can change it, and most likely you will, because you will have opportunity to dig into the literature and to see different perspective and to understand different aspects of the research problem that you propose, and probably you will narrow down that problem to a specific research question that is that will be the focus of your research. Before I proceed, since this is really important, I would like to pause and see if there's any question before I proceed further. I see here some activity on the chat. Did I miss any question, colleagues?
I think there is one that actually will help us to cover something that was coming up. But someone has a question: can someone with an HND and MBA be admitted for the DBA? If yes, how do I apply? So I know we already covered the application piece, but who will this profile will be suitable for the program?
Okay. If I'm reading it correctly, so the colleague who asked question, he said that, well, I have an MBA and HND, right? And over 16 years of experience. Am I qualified? Well, if we're looking at this, the key criteria, well, we're saying that you need to have a relevant master degree. That's mean relevant to your proposed research, right? So MBA is a generalist degree, which is relevant to all type of management. So I will say it is a relevant master degree. Now, do you have 7 years of experience, 5 of which at the management level? You have 16 years of experience. I would assume that you will have at least 5 years of management experience. That's what we will decide as we read your resume, to see if you have this the minimum required number of management experience. Then the next phase, yes, you are eligible, right? Then the next phase, we will look at the reference letter that you will include in your application, and then we will look at how strong, how clear your proposal is. And if we need more information, we will reach out to you to asking for more information. So the answer, yes, you are eligible, right? And that is a short answer. The long answer is a process, and we will need to look at other component to decide. We work with you on that through the process.
Thank you, Hassan. And if you like me, I will happy to add. So kind of to summarize, who is the profile that we're looking into the program? We're looking with someone that have a master's degree from a recognized post-secondary institution with a minimum of a BE. And normally, a minimum of 7 years of relevant full-time work experience with 5 years at the management level and increasing level of responsibility. So as Hassan was saying, those are the 2 areas that we are always looking. But then there's other components that Hassan and the team will look further, including the proposal, the letters of reference, and of course, if English is not your first language, we will require that you submit the test to make sure that you have the level of English that you require to be successful into the program.
Thank you, Andrea. I see another question from Sulaiman Aziz. Good day. Do you accept professional master degree MBA for the DBA program? And if yes, what is the minimum CGPA? So that's a very good question. Thank you, Sulaiman. So the requirement is a relevant master degree. MBA, which is a Master of Business Administration, it's always a relevant degree. So yes, we do accept MBA. We normally expect a GPA of a minimum B. But again, I do recommend, do not make a decision to say, well, I don't have B, I've done my MBA like 20 years ago, I don't have B, I should decide I'm not eligible. don't make that decision. Please reach out, talk with our enrollment advisor, and let them help you through the process. Every case is different, and we understand that in certain situation when you have your master 20 years ago, the GPA might not exactly reflect your potential performance in the program, and we will be looking at other elements at that particular case. But again, please connect with our wonderful enrollment advisors who are going to help you and walk you through the process. But if you have a question about the research component, please reach out directly to us and to me. And I'm very happy to work with you on the research component of your application. We here at Royal Road, we do understand that the process to get into doctoral program start before the application process. We do understand that. And this is why we deliver from time to time specific workshops to help you writing proposal. Please keep an eye on our website. We deliver this kind of workshop from time to time to help you develop your initial doctoral proposal. Hope that addressed most of the questions.
I believe so.
Did I miss any other question?
No, at this time. Not that I can see. No, I think we have covered all our questions.
Okay,
so far.
Then over to you, Andrea, to move
actually,
us through.
One more question before I move to the next piece.
There we go.
Can you please confirm what areas of specialization people can do through the DBA program?
Thank you. So DBA, Doctor of Business Administration, we are flexible as far as the topic is within management area. What will define the specific area, it's the research problem that you will have in your doctoral program, in your doctoral proposal. So as far as it is within management area, it's a relevant topic. And that will be defined by the research problem that you will identify and you will discuss in your doctoral proposal. Did I answer the question, say that?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. Good. Thank you.
Okay, moving along. So tell us a little more about the cohort, Hassan. Who are the people that are taking currently the DBA program?
Thank you. Thank you very much. And here's a picture of our 2023 cohort that started this year. At the bottom of the picture, you see a link to, and I thank you, Tracy. Tracy just posted the link to our doctoral students' profiles. We are very proud of who is in the program, and we feature them in a specific website because every one of them is a colleague, is a leader in the industry in his area. They coming from different walk of life. We have colleagues coming from private sector. We have colleagues coming from military. We have colleagues coming from academia, other professors in other universities that they need their doctorate to advance in their career. So we have colleagues coming from all walk of life here in Canada, and we also have international, colleagues. As I said, the journey, it's I wouldn't say the journey, it's going to be easy, but it will, I promise you, it will be rewarding. So what I suggest, feel free to reach out to existing colleagues in the program. Ask them, how do you feel? What's your advice? And if you wanted to connect with them, what I suggest, reach out to us and we will connect you with them. We are proud of their progress. And one thing I could say, the normal attrition rate, number of students leaving doctoral program in Canada, around 40%, 40%. That's on average. Statistically speaking, in doctoral program. That means 40% of doctoral students leave the program before completing the program. Here at Royal Road, I'm very proud to say that we have, until this moment, we have zero percentage of colleagues leaving the program. All of them are doing great. They are progressing. We have a lot of flexibility within the program to accommodate different, situation. We understand life could get in the way sometimes, but we work with colleagues to accommodate different, situations. So we're proud of our colleagues, and yes, at every cohort have different, dynamic.
Thank you, Hassan. So for any of those that will be maybe interested to connect with our current students, Tracy Summers could facilitate that process. So if you would like to connect with Tracy, either to connect with one of our current students or to have one-on-one conversation, you can connect with Tracy to tracy.1summers@royalroads.ca. Other piece that I like, Hassan, you have mentioned a few times about that people are going to be getting into a journey that is going to be different, and it will come with some responsibilities and maybe some challenges on the way. So something that we always share with our with the people that is interested to come into Royal Roads is like, one, we understand that you have many other responsibilities outside of school. So for that reason, we recommend or suggest that you connect with all the people that, for this specific example, we are going to call you the stakeholders of this new business adventure that you are getting into. And just let them know all the responsibilities that you are going to take over the next 4 years, how that will look like in your time commitment, and maybe what kind of support they will need, that you will need from them. This could be your family, this could be your employers, friends. Maybe if you used to do Friday nights that you wish to meet with your friends, but now that is going to be class time or research time, just let people know how they can support you through this process to be more successful. And sometimes it makes it easier for you, not that there's less responsibilities, but just make it easier to manage the expectations from others during these next few years that you are going to be investing in school. So Hassan, can you share more about the funding opportunities available in the program?
And I see a question about that in the chat. Yes, of course. So the program, the tuition, I'm not gonna give exact number. So it's around 87. I see Tracy smiling like, 87, right? 88,000. But that's over 4 years. It's not just, it's one payment at the beginning of the year. Now, is compared to other doctoral program, how are we on par? Actually, we are on par compared to other doctoral programs in North America. However, that said, there are many funding opportunities available for doctoral students. And these funding opportunities, I always say these are available and accessible to doctoral students at different stages of their journey. That said, I would like to make some few comments. I always recommend, and I strongly recommend, that those who considering doing doctoral program, DBA program, to consider being able to self-fund themselves in the first year or two, at least year or two, if not the whole program, even though they are willing to, or they wanted to get funds. The fund scholarship is very much dependent on your proposal and how mature your proposal is. So that level of maturity could happen in the first year, could happen in the second year, could happen in the third year. We don't know. Every research is different. And the process to get funded, it's based on a competitive, it's a competitive process. So you need to apply, and your file will be adjudicated, and you may not get funded. To the best of my knowledge, and I will say that, I always say this, every student I'm aware of that has been has been keen to get funded, end up getting funded. In the doctoral program, in the DBA program, almost 50%, and actually maybe more, almost 50% of our doctoral students are either partially or fully funded. And some of them are funded beyond the tuition fee itself. So we have colleagues who are funded $160,000 or $140,000 or $130,000. So it depends again on your research and how mature is your research. It also depends on you as a researcher, because this requires you to apply to different funding agency and prepare your research proposal and application. And the more you do this, the more you become more experienced and getting funds. So the first point here in the slide you see, I always emphasize self-funding. This is important in case that your research will need time to get mature. Internally at Royal Road University, we do have internal funds. I would say limited, somehow limited, but we do have internal funds. We have entrance award, we have a scholarship awards, we have academic excellence award, we have awards special for indigenous researchers. So we have different internal funding programs for doctoral students to apply. External funding opportunity, there are so many external funding opportunities, depending on your research. The most famous, the most common two agencies is SHERC and MITEX. SHERC is normally very competitive. MITEX, I found it very, we have a very good success rate with our students applying to MITEX Accelerate. Now, all this information, SHERC, MITEX, all this information, you will find it on Royal Road. What's the name of that website? The famous website, our Royal Road Financial Awards, right?
Yes.
Royal Road Financial Award. Here we go. And I think it is on the chat, right? So please feel free to go to that website, and it's easy to navigate, write doctoral on the as keyword, and it shows all the awards that you are eligible to apply as potential doctoral student, or as you are in the program. Once you are in the program, you will get training how to apply to get scholarship. Again, it is important to get financial resources to help you through the program, but for us, getting financial resources or getting awards, a scholarship, that means your research is attractive and your research is applicable, and there are agencies that are interested in your research. That's normally, and we celebrate that, and we invite you to celebrate that and add this to your resume. So our financial aid team always available to support you once you are in the program. Also, we have an office of research that offers service to faculty and the student for specific type of award. Hope that covers the award piece. Over to you, Andrea.
Thank you. I just want to confirm the cost of the tuition is $89,464 Canadian dollars. As Hassan said, this is for the total of the program.
Yeah, that's very particular. Very particular number, yeah.
So Hassan, one more. Should I secure a supervisor from RU to be eligible to apply into the program? Where I can learn about potential supervisors?
Thank you. This is a very common question, because in conventional PhD program, you cannot admit you cannot get into the program unless you get approval from a supervisor. Like before you apply, you need to have approval from a supervisor to be eligible to apply. For the DPA program, we do understand that our colleagues who will start the programs are working professional. They are from university for a quite long time. So they do not need to get approval from a supervisor to be eligible. The documents we highlighted, the references and the proposal will be sufficient for us to determine that you're ready to start the journey. And once you complete the first year, you will have a supervisory committee, and we will work with you to identify who will be your primary supervisor and who will be your advisor. That conversation starts somehow, I would say it starts in the first few months. Once you are in the program, we will start this conversation, and we will have our own, database of supervisors, but we will invite you also to seek out external supervisors. So at Royal Road University, we allow you to have a supervisor that is not Royal Road faculty, as far as this supervisor has met certain academic standards. So we work with you in the first year to identify your supervisor, whether within Royal Road or a supervisor external to Royal Road. Yeah. Andrea, you are mute.
Thank you. I could use some extra guidance with the application. How do I contact Hassan? So for the application process, if you have any questions, even though before you start your application process, our enrollment services can support you. And Tracy Summers kindly has shared all the information with all of us today. So she will be able to connect with you either by email, or she can set a meeting or a call to make sure that we are providing all the details and all the information before you apply to the program. So they will be able to provide different levels depending on what your questions are, including connecting with faculty and current students of the program for this specific case. If you're an international student and you have maybe some questions about any other requirements, Tracy and the team will be able to support you through that as well. So we have Tracy's information, and I wanted to make sure that I will share all these details with all of those that I will be watching this recording link. So Tracy's email is tracy.1summers@royalroads.ca, or you can connect with her by phone number, and the phone number is +1 250 391 2600 extension 4181, or you can send an email to our general inbox, and the team will be able to support you as well. And if you have any questions about the proposal, Hassan will be there to answer all the questions. So we have two amazing teams that will be able to provide all the details for you to make sure that you will be successful through the application process. And I believe at this time, and Hassan's email is hassan.wafai@royalroads.ca. The last name spelling is WAFAI @royalroads.ca. Do you have any other questions that you would like us to respond at this point? Please feel free to put them in the chat box. And in the meantime, Hassan, anything else that you would like to add at this point?
Andrea, thank you very, very much for being with us today and for helping us through this hour. I also would like to extend my thanks to Ian and Tracy, who are with us today. And most importantly, I would like to thank everyone for joining today and for your interest in the Doctor of Business Administration at Royal Road University. I would like to re-emphasize that we do understand this is a big decision. And we understand that. This is why we are here, to let you know we are available. We are here to support you. Don't worry. We will work with you step by step. and we will provide you with the proper advice. The journey starts actually, as I said, before you apply. I mean, for most of the colleagues that are in the program, we worked with them before they put the application. And that's normal, and that's okay. So please feel free to reach out and ask about any of those requirements and documents we talked about. And if you wanted to have a chat about what is my research, where I'm gonna go, I mean, I'm interested in this area. This area seems fascinating. How can I write about it? It's okay. That's normal. Reach out and we could talk about that. So with that, thank you very much, everyone. And if there's no further question, I will hand it over to you, Andrea, to wrap it up.
Thank you, Hassan, and thank you, Ian and Tracy, and thank you to all of those that were able to join us on the live session today, and thank you for all of those that are going to be watching this recording link. So if you have any questions, please let us know, reach out, and we'll be happy to connect with you in the near future. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and hope to see you soon on campus. Bye, everyone.